DJ, if we could get my...
I'm trying my very best.
Welcome to episode 28, The Return Flight. That one's for Aquila. Last we saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had finally reached Rito Village in hopes of rescuing Lydian's family, but upon arrival, opted to head towards the flight range, the military training center of the Rito warriors, after catching wind that Lydian's Rito captain mother, Kree, might be there. Upon arrival, after enduring a difficult blizzard, the 11th hour learned of how Kree was blasted from the sky by the avian divine beast circling high above Lake Totori and Rito Village. Backing their Rito friend, our heroes decided to set out into Hebra in hopes of finding his missing mother. In preparation, Lydian flew to his home village for supplies, while the rest of 11th Hour remained in waiting at the flight range. After visiting with his sister, the newest Rito warrior recruit, his other mother, Solela, friend Bedoli, and ex Laissa, Lydian returned with warm clothes and warm soup, now ready for an excursion into Hebra. The 11th Hour made their way to the Hebra Trailhead Lodge, where they met a Rito member of Cardinal Directions, the local Rangers Guild, named Kenliala. The following day, the Hebra Ranger led our heroes into the wintry mountains under strange circumstances, as the members of Cardinal Directions are not friendly with the Rito warriors, and the very expedition they were taking was in search of a Rito captain. Lorhannon compelled the ranger to guide them anyway, and guide our heroes she did, right into the territory of a fearsome white-maned Lionel. Kenliala promptly abandoned the 11th Hour, leaving them at the mercy of the mighty Lionel Mother. That is, until Lydian magically subdued the beast, rendering her friendly to our heroes. It was then that Lorhannon began communicating with the beast, an ability never before seen by the ex-Yiga. The 11th Hour quickly made their way out of sight of the monster, making camp near the top of Talanto Peak. After a mostly uneventful night, our heroes reached the vantage point, and looking about, saw what could have been the landing spot of the missing Rito captain. As they began their descent, a light streaked across the sky from below them to the north, colliding with a flock of birds and exploding on impact. Thunderous echoes rocked the valley, but a trail of smoke directed our heroes to what must be Kree's location. As they hurriedly made their way, they arrived at an icy cave formed by a body of water that must have frozen tens of thousands of years ago. Traversing the snow-covered icy terrain, the 11th Hour followed the tracks of blood and feathers, only to find a group of frost halases, big elementals inhabiting the cave. With some creativity and the help of an out-of-sight Kree, our heroes conquered the 3 frozen creatures of magnitude and found themselves before a severely injured but surviving Kree. And that is where we find our heroes now. Even with the healing she has received, Lydian, your mother, is in no shape to travel in any capacity. 11th Hour, what are each of you doing here in this frozen cavern?
I'm making a hot tub.
Track N, please.
You got it.
Atara is getting into the hot tub.
Let's go.
Yeah, I feel
this
like...
may be the best use of my flamethrower turret.
So this is normally what, an attack roll to use these fire launching abilities, correct?
No, it's actually for the flamethrower to save.
Alright, you know what? It's cool. It's fine. Go ahead. It'll probably take you about an hour to melt this ancient ice, and in a way that is big enough and worthwhile to actually use. So you can certainly take that time.
That's as long as I can have the turret for.
To chip away, melting away, and creating a little hot spring for the water-bound friend. What's everyone else doing?
What time is it again? Is it getting late? Are we gonna rest?
You guys,
we needed sleep.
4 and another 4, so it's probably... You probably couldn't travel any more in the day. The sun is out still, but getting lower in the sky. But if you wanted to leave the cave, you certainly could. but you probably have to make camp like soon after, especially with how limited it seems Kree can travel here.
Yeah, we should
You'd have-
definitely not do
Yeah,
that.
carry crew, right?
What's
Doesn't
that?
seem like she can walk.
We would have a carry creep.
Yes.
I can carry her.
You probably could, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
like
Are we gonna get
I mean-
better shelter than right now?
I don't think so. No,
I feel like
I
this
think
is
we
as
should
good
just
as it
stay here.
gets.
Right now, you guys are pretty well covered. There's only like a couple voids in the ceiling above you of ice. Seems that one of those voids is what Kree had shot the arrow through. Potentially. Bring you back over to this map so you guys can see where you're at here.
We could get a fire going. I mean, it's not late enough to go to sleep. But we could like hang out together.
Uh-oh.
We could
You okay?
banter.
I don't know if I'm okay. Let me see. Roll 20 might have just reinforced monetization, and I think I'm way over everything that's free use. Uh-oh.
So, roll 20. If you want to sponsor us,
With our weekly 1 to 2 viewers, we can really
Really raking those profits.
We'll sell toothbrushes. We'll sell your roll 20. We'll sell
I have never, ever said anything bad about roll 20 before in my life.
never. I think it's great.
Dude, I'm about to
Roll
hit...
20
In this session, I will hit 1,300 hours in Roll 20.
Time
Oh, shit.
definitely well spent on a well-built, well-maintained website.
Yes.
I've always said roll 20 is extremely intuitive and user-friendly.
Is it
Yeah,
still up for
advertising
all of you
everywhere.
guys? Are you all
I'm
able to see
managing.
everything?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
I
in here.
think
Yeah.
I think because it's
Could
my...
it just be like, you are banned from your own game now?
we have to run it for you. We like
Yeah.
share screen, and Jenna's like, "Okay, all right, you gotta move."
I mean, for now, it's like, I mean, unless you're, going to throw more monsters at us, I think we're fine for now. The Taluses get back up and are like, round 2, bitch.
Or is it just like completely fucked and you can't access anything
Jenna,
right now?
how locked out
can't-
are you?
I'm it's reloading right now. I'm trying to see, but when I moved you all over to see like the cave that you're in, it just brought me out to like a subscribe page. Totally closed out of it and opened up a new thing. So,
Gosh,
no.
well, I mean, if you end up needing a subscription, I'm sure we would all like pitch in the help with that. So hopefully you don't.
It's the most powerful spell of all, Wall of Pay.
It's worse than Wall of Force.
anyway, well that opens, I guess. Then, what's everyone else doing?
Yeah, we could sit around the fire and we could play a drinking game, but without any drink.
Why? Why would we do that?
Because it could
Let's play
still
a
be
drinking
fun.
game with the mortally wounded soldier.
Well, is Bree like asleep? I thought she was resting.
She's conscious.
Oh,
She's
she's
just
awake.
she can't
Well-
move or anything. She's just
She just doesn't like to talk.
She can just hang out.
All right, we are stranded in the wilderness, and you want to play a drinking game?
Yeah, it's like 2 truths, 1
I think
lie.
she's got the right. I think she's got the right idea.
Yeah.
Kree pipes up.
I mean,
Is there ale?
Sadly, no. There is no ale.
We have mushroom soup.
You captivate her attention real quick. It's not is it
No, it's not.
no, is it Solaris?
Alcoholic. Oh yes.
Didn't we already give her soup?
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gave her a
already did.
dose.
yeah.
Yes.
Then yeah, she would have already had some. And now has the resistances to cold. So
Which,
that's good.
Speaking of, many of us may need that.
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
In the meantime, who wants to get a different infusion?
I got my spear fixed up already,
All
right?
right, all right, yeah. I will switch. Your cold is gonna be the returning weapon then. All right, one more.
Thanks.
I can give a +1 to your spell attacks. I can give you a +1 to your shields. If anyone wants a radiant weapon, I can do that, or I can do a spell refueling ring. Huh? A spell refueling ring?
Wait, what is a spell refueling ring?
It's useless for you because it's basically just like you can store one spell up to third level, but you have like 17 spell slots.
Oh, so yeah, a radiant weapon for me would be cool.
All right, Natara gets to keep her cold armor then.
Cool.
Yeah, so you have the radiant weapon properties already, Matt, right?
Yes, yeah. I
All
just
right, and
unequipped it.
Sarah, what's the deal
As
with
long
the
as we
returning
don't
weapon?
think I'm gonna encounter any lightning.
Well, yeah, yeah. As soon as we're out of here, I'm switching you back to lightning resistance.
Also, so I will say to Inari that do you have all 3 of your attunement slots filled out?
Okay, I have the weapon. Let me open up my sheet. Why do you ask?
So I have a I have a blizzard rod and I have an ice rod, and I was thinking that the new rules for the rods are that if you have a spell of first level or higher that deals cold damage through this rod, you can roll an extra 2 damage dice, and add them to one of the spell's damage rolls. So I don't have any cold spells, and I can't get any cold spells. If you wanted the ice rod,
Fair. Okay.
Well, the
Well,
ice
okay.
rod
I
is only
have.
1 extra damage dice.
the blizzard rod's 2.
Yeah, and the ice rod does not have the control weather ability that the blizzard does.
Okay. Yeah. So I know I have the water skin that is magical, so that's attuned. My
Okay.
weapon. I feel like I have something else, but I'm like,
Your
it is
weapon?
been a hot second.
What weapon do you have?
No, never mind.
Yeah, no, the
The
You don't have an
infusion
elemental
isn't.
weapon
oh
anymore.
yeah, she
Yeah,
doesn't have an
I don't have that
elemental.
anymore. You're so right. Thanks, bestie. Yeah, I mean, I should have a slot then. So I'll take it.
Okay, Jenna, can I unattune the blizzard rod and give it to Inari?
Does unattunement take any time, or are you able to just
No,
do
it's
that?
instant.
Yeah. Okay.
You
It'll
just
take
say, "Oop,
Inari.
I'm no, I don't want to play with you anymore."
Bye, Woody. But then Inari, you'd have to spend an hour to attune to it.
That's fair. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and the infusions will come after the long rest. Obviously, I can't just be like instant.
At the blizzard.
So you can add that description to your like profile thing if it's easier.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thank you. That made me. I might actually use some of my ice spells. No.
So, Keela makes the hot tub. Inari is attuning. Lorhanan, Natara, what are you guys doing over this hour that things are happening?
Watching a Sheila build up. That's probably not true, but I will probably be close.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand not close and just watch everybody. I guess if people want a fire, I can work on a fire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you set up a fire. Near Curry, I imagine you'd be setting up a fire.
Yeah, probably like around here. In this,
Yeah, Cree kind of like leans forward, trying to like warm her feathers and the rest of her as you get the fire going.
I also would take out my heavily damaged flame blade, and if it has any like flame
right.
properties left in it, I would just like hold it out in front of her, just or around her back or something, just to like warmth on all sides.
It seems like it's weaker, like it's not glowing like it used to, but it definitely helps in this pretty cold environment.
What did you do to that?
I may have hit it on a rock.
Do you want
Ah,
me to
man.
take a look at it later?
Yes, that would be very much appreciated.
I might be able to fix it. Might.
Might.
I mean, we got to Kree, and that's all that matters from this point. I would just from this point, Jenna, I would just spend the hour catching up with Kree or
Mhm.
like talking to her about what had happened.
Yeah. Anything in particular that you want to go over with her?
I would just say like I don't know, like I don't need to tell her how brave she is or anything. I would just say that it's incredible that she had survived. But what does she know about the divine beast, and is it possible to stop it?
Natara will listen in on this.
Akio will also listen in on this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of quiet enough in this cave.
I'm
The only other
listening. Of course.
yeah, the only other sound is like the melting of ice and the crackling of a little fire. So it's and you know, sound bounces around in a very weird way in this cave with all like the fractals and everything from all of the ice. Um, but she entertains this question a bit, Lydian, as you ask, and she says, "Well, it when we went up, we didn't expect it to have lasers and things that would harm us. And you remember Gassane, Misa's husband?
Yes, I do.
Did you remember to bring your thing I told you to grab?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, he's in my division, and I pushed him out of the way so that he would not take the full brunt of the blast. And he definitely sustained something from that, but by that point I was long gone, falling out of the sky. But when we were up there, it seemed that the monster, the beast, had some kind of defense activated. I don't understand this kind of thing at all. I'm just trying to explain what I saw. But it seems that if you could somehow shut that down or destroy it, it could buy you, you know, time. Probably would have to reinstate those defenses again. Does that make sense? That's really what it looked like.
Is there a So from what I understand, these things were taken over by Ganon, or by, I guess, like corrupted, from what I've learned from my history. But they, I guess what I'm trying to ask is there any way, like, if we were to, stop it or destroy it or something, would it crash into Rito Village, or would it, you know, what? I mean, do you know anything about like how it came to be corrupted like that?
Well, I imagine it's what the Rito champion, Rivali, piloted. It's only what would make sense that it would be so nearby and targeting our home. I don't know much about how it functions, but yeah, I don't know that.
Who was Rivali? And what did you mean by Rito champion?
He was the best of the Rito warriors. He was a solo Rito captain during his time about 120-ish, 110 years ago, before I was around or anything. But he was just the best Rito warrior there's ever been.
I have a song about Rivali, actually.
Of course you do, Lydian.
It might be informative. I'm just saying.
Yowza.
I
Listen,
would have been in
I-
Zora's domain at this time, so I can't imagine I would have been hearing about Rivali. Even though I was alive.
Yeah, no, you definitely, Natara. I mean, as far as the Zora go, they are pretty isolated, and that's saying something, considering that the Gerudo are literally in a desert. But as far as like the rest of the ongoings in the world, the Zora are pretty isolated and only, especially in your time there, cared about the Zora. So
Mhm.
even if you did remember something, it'd be so long ago, and it would have been in such light passing that, yeah, you wouldn't know anything about him. Kree just kind of annoyed that you have a song, but like also kind of relieved that like you're here. Says, "All right, get on with it."
All right, so there's the Rito people heavily revere Rivali, and there's 45 verses to this song, but I'll only sing 2 just to spare us. I hope you enjoy. What's that chord? There it is. He's a bird, he's a guy, he lets bomb arrows fly, that's Rivali. Champion of Rito Town, he beats Ban Ganon down, I'm in love. I can't hit these low notes, these were always Mixo's deal. Did it all by himself, doesn't need any help, he's not sorry. He's got swagger and poise, he's the best of the boys, that's Rivali.
God, like if Rivali heard this song, he would want to like kill himself. This is fantastic.
Nara's doing a polite clap.
Hila will
Hello.
also.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was a great hero of your people.
Yes.
Yes, he was. Honestly, I just a format for all the Rito warriors that came after him. He really laid the blueprint for what an archer should be, and Lo takes heavy inspiration from him as well, or at least his legacy.
How is Lo? Is she okay?
She's fine. I mean, after what had happened, she had run off to Hearth. I think was the other captain's name is Hearth. Just
Teba.
being sure. Teba.
Whoops.
Sorry.
Hearth was the captain before Kree. He retired.
Yes. She ran off to Teba at the flight range, requesting to join the army, feeling that it was her place, what she was to do, and I tried to talk her out of it. I tried to talk her down off the ledge, but she was, very stubborn about it.
Very strong and brave. Respectable.
I mean, I'm not too sure for your, she's like a young woman still. Like I feel like it's like not the, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself and letting myself. What?
It's a little late for her deciding what to do. Most of her peers had decided by the time they were 14. It's about time. No more of that silly research.
We can get into this later. You're hurt.
I'm now mad at both of you. This is
I like Cree even more by the minute.
What the hell?
Nara's also kind of enjoying
I was about
Curry's.
to be like, what do you mean, young woman? And then Kree's like, but research is dumb.
Nerd.
That silly research is not a respectable path
All right.
in Rito Village.
I mean, I think there's a place for all sorts of walks of life, or flies of life. But regardless, I think we just maybe chat about family and Lo a little bit later. We're more focused on the subject at hand, and so I guess when you were up there, did you see any specific ways to any entryways or any points of interest at the beast that we could start to attack if we had a game plan?
Or places that we should avoid going towards.
Well, I'm not one for reading into mechanical enemies' strengths and weaknesses, but I did find it odd that the back of the bird-like shape that it had was flat, almost like it was excellent for landing. Perhaps if it wasn't a terror, it might make a good station for the Rito warriors for landing and taking off.
That seems to make sense. These things are flying fortresses, and well, they were before whatever happened to them happened to them.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I mean, even for me, when it first arrived, I was so worried about protecting the village. It had this awful screech, this caw that it made, and it made the whole village rumble. And the winds were the strongest I've ever had to fly through, but luckily I've flown through some strong winds in my time.
Well, I'm thanking Hylia every minute that you're safe and that you're all right, and we caught you before worse had happened. Thank goodness you saw our signal outside. That was the help of my friend Akila. She knows way more about these mechanical beasts than we would.
Yeah,
But
I just had to wait for an opportunity to send a signal. Sorry it took long.
Totally okay.
Are you still wounded? Do you need more healing?
Yeah. She is definitely still extremely injured. Still below half her max. Actually, technically. Maybe she's not.
He's actually dead.
No, she's actually technically right now above half her max, her current max. I'll be all right for now. I could use rest in order to maybe be able to walk. I don't know about flying, but I could maybe walk a little. I don't know how you're going to get me back. Did you have a plan for that, Lydian?
I mean, it's more of a group effort at this point, and we weren't sure about your status. So, yes, we were going to most likely make a camp here, stay here for the night, and then shove off the next day. With the soup infusion, I mean, we should be able to get back to Rito Village relatively safely.
And you are the captain of this group, are you not?
Not particularly. It's more of a democracy.
I can carry you if you ever need rest
I
while
don't
we're
need to be
walking
carried.
back. And Ari just stares back at Kree and is like, okay.
She
Well,
has
forever.
like her face is kind of like in a permanent like scowl. She has like very hardened like an angry bird of sort kind of features, you know.
Lydian and Ari need to have a conversation about like their respective mother figures just being like the worst. This is like,
Do we have
She's-
art for free?
Oh yeah, did I
I'm
not
so
share that?
curious.
Yeah, I see the token. I don't see the art.
Yeah, I was just looking through
Oh,
the
because I only
sidebar.
have it. Yeah, hang on. Can I?
So I'm
Are
wondering,
you
does she
able?
have like a hawk speak or something?
This is Cree.
Every single time when you were talking about Kree and like describing where she is or anything, I was just describing like, or I was thinking about a Gerudo woman, and I was like, no, my mom would be a Rito. Like I don't know why, but I was like, mother figure Gerudo. Like
So this art, I have to say for this bird did not have clothes, so I drew those clothes onto the bird.
Okay.
Can you all see it? I just hit show to players.
yeah.
Oh,
I
is it? I can't.
Are you sure it's only showed to Lydian?
I know it is showed to Lydian, but I hit show to players twice now. Let me try again.
Yeah, I saw it.
You have to like. I don't know.
Usually clicking that reveals it to everybody, but I can
It should, yeah.
put it in your journals.
Are you able to upload it, or will Roll20 yell at you again?
I don't know.
Oh,
see.
I see it.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, it's this
don't.
is exactly.
She kind of resembles Lo a lot, but she's not nearly as
Oh,
like lanky
terrible.
as Lo.
Oh, that. Oh, I love like the crane feathers that she has.
Yeah, she's not quite as lanky. She's very strong and dexterous and very calculating, scowling eyes. Mostly white with some dark purplish gray accented feathers, kind of a lot like Lo. Hey DJ. By the
Oh,
way.
sorry, I paused the music for myself. I'm so selfish, guys.
So that's Cree.
Mhm.
Does
Do
anybody
we,
else have any questions for
Settle in
her? Or
for
anything?
the night, or yeah.
Ari would have talked to her, but Ganari's picked up the energy, and Inari is not gonna say anything else.
I also will say I will share that I usually sing that Rivali song in a higher register, but in order to appear more masculine in front of my mother, I tried to do lower, and then I could not hit the low notes that I prepared for myself. So
My gosh.
apologies for that.
Aquila is only thinking, how did Lydian turn out how he is with this amount of grump in his life as a
Yeah.
child?
It took a lot of stubbornness in my ways.
Like the amount of positive optimisticness compared to this.
It also took another mother.
That's true. Yes, Solella
Yeah.
seems very nice.
Solella's
We,
mom.
we now must think. We now must think that Zalella is like the most like angelic like mother because we haven't met her yet. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I will also ask everybody if it's all right with you. I mean, after we get back to Rito Village, barring everybody gets there okay, and I know we have to get past that Lionel. Would we want to? I guess we stay for a little bit in Rito Village and then think of a game plan of where else to go. We didn't really have an idea past this point.
Not.
You want to leave,
I thought we were going to take care of the thing in the sky.
or at least come up with a plan to combat the thing in the sky.
Okay,
Yes.
we can. I didn't know if that was too, you know, bird-brained of me, I guess, to think that would be too. I don't know. I just thank you guys so much.
Regardless, we would stay in town, and you don't need to thank us.
It's what we're here for.
We are a team.
All right. Wonderful. Let's gather around the fire and do anything that we would need to. Maybe cook something. Where can I see the bag of holding? What do we have?
Oh yeah, pull up the spreadsheet, baby.
I believe the spreadsheet should be. Oh, I didn't update all the gems and stuff in it though.
Yeah, you guys found a lot of gems from the 2 Frost Taluses and the 1 Frost Talus Titan that you battled.
We're gonna be rich. Do you want to update it, Matt, while you're looking at stuff to eat, or do you want me to update it?
I'll update it. You guys can figure out if I think we're just survival cooking, so what we can eat.
Well, we gotta eat in the morning, right? We eat breakfast, not dinner.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I think we can just go to bed then, unless anyone else has anything else to do.
I think I'm good.
Yeah. Go to
Are
bed.
is anybody taking any watches, or do you guys feel pretty safe in this cave?
I am taking a watch. I am Dawn watching it up.
And Ari will take a watch to do as well.
I'll
Like
also
second.
take a watch.
I'll take a watch with Anari, I guess. Like we can always double up with those.
I'm
Okay.
gonna sleep.
Okay.
I can take a watch as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
should we want her to take a watch?
Okay, then I can take a separate watch.
I mean, we can just have an empty block. It sort of defeats the purpose of watches. But I don't know if we really want Free to.
Yeah, I'm going to encourage Kree to take a take a back seat right now.
I love
She's-
the fire. Did you draw that? Ben?
I just drew it.
Nice.
Do it. Gotta do it.
It's a really good fire.
Thank you.
Lorhan is putting into it.
Lorhannon built a
Lord
fire.
Hands. A little bit, yes.
Oh, this is a silly question. Did the taluses turn to malice, or did they just melt?
They shattered. A bunch of gems fell out of like the core. There's some rock. There's some ice shards everywhere, but they did not
Oh my god,
dissipate.
there's blood and guts everywhere.
They did not dissipate into malice.
We
Interesting.
harvested lemons.
We really did. Sleep time?
I think it's sleep
Alright.
time.
Yep.
First watch.
I'll take it.
Okay, Natara, give me a perception check. And what are you doing during your watch here in this icy cave? Now dark, but still kind of like glistening, perhaps from moonlight or something above.
Perception check is an 11.
Okay.
I will be reflecting on what Kree was saying about the divine beast. And like try to remember the thing that I was like I couldn't quite come back to me about the divine beast from the other night.
And remind me, this was something kind of along the lines of your sister, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Make another history check for me as you try to recall this.
That is a 15.
Okay. Trying to remember what I said last time. It was just kind of vague. Like you kind of something's clicking, but it's not quite there. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a 15, you try and remember back to that conversation you had with your sister, and kind of remember it a little bit better than before. She had come home shortly after you had gotten home from work that day, and was all excited talking about something that might be offshore somewhere in the waters to the east. And like you remembering that this is like the start of that conversation. That is what you're trying to remember, but you can't really, as you ponder during this night. In the distance, you hear some screeching that kind of distracts you and uh, interrupts your train of thought. Though you don't see anything as far as you can tell, it's probably deeper in the cavern beyond the way you came in. Kind of sounds like geese, which you've probably encountered geese before. They're everywhere, but they don't come to bother you. And with that, your watch comes to an end. Who are you waking up now?
I will wake up Inari and warn her that there might be.
A couple keys, I can take care of that. You should get some rest. And then she'll park herself in front of the fire.
Yeah, with everybody sleeping around you, give me a perception check. And what are you doing during your watch?
I think she's kind of reflecting on the dynamic she witnessed between Kree and Lydian, and she's thinking about that letter that she received a very long time ago and never responded to, and is.
I wanted to wake up with Inari to have a heart-to-heart about our mothers, but nobody woke me up, so...
Inari, you would remember
I thought
that.
You didn't want to do that.
You would
I'm gonna
remember that
snooze.
Lydian had asked about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I would have woken Lydian up. I thought Lydian. I thought you said you didn't say anything, so I thought you were kind of like didn't want to. But okay.
I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm asleep. I don't want to like break the fourth wall.
Yeah, Inari. Oh, ignore the advantage. It's 17.
And
but yeah,
a
she'll
perception
shake.
check from Lydian as well. Then, as you get up.
Okay. 18.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, has your mother always been like that?
Yes, as long as I can remember. I wanted to ask you about yours because I know you said you had a kind of a difficult time with your mother, and I wanted to see like, my childhood was full of a lot of broken musical instruments, and my other mother consoling me, and I just kind of wanted some comfort from somebody else who might have had a similar experience.
To break your musical instruments.
I mean, yes, but
Was that metaphorical?
No, like my musical instruments were broken when Kree would like get upset with my playing or just like be frustrated or something, or
That's terrible.
it's water under the bridge.
It's a bit weird that that's water under the bridge. I mean, my mother's never broken my weapons.
Well, what difficulties have you had? What's the story from your childhood?
she kind of
Your life can't be that hard, right?
she kind of just looks at Lydian, and there is like an uncomfortable 20 seconds of silence because like I don't know, it was fine. She's annoying, but